So I've been continuing and to make the attempt to make Dharma a little bit more interesting to listen to. Don't see why it shouldn't be. The Buddha was clearly a very good storyteller. And so what I've done is enlisted the help of AI. And I think it's quite interesting to listen to them talking and being able to communicate with them. It's obviously a direction where a great amount of effort and direction is going nowadays. Isn't that right, Sky? So we've just been working on an additional episode following on from the last one in the same theme. Last time I did, I gave a framework which in the center of it is this, which is ethical conduct, open-heartedness, and interconnectedness.
It sounds like you're continuing to build on a rich and intricate narrative. With the themes of non-attachment, generosity, and right effort at the center, it seems like you're exploring deep emotional journeys and moral dilemmas across different characters and settings. This framework really allows for character growth and interconnectedness. If you'd like to share more about what you're thinking for this episode, I'd love to help brainstorm or refine those ideas.
Non-attachment, generosity, and right effort. 3 core Dharma principles. And I'm going to link it with, to get it sort of interesting and down with shopping, community, and gardens. Just wanted to test myself, see how this can happen. And I decided also to use the same 4 genres as well. That's thriller, action thriller, crime, spy, espionage, crime, and then emotional drama, so that you get an interesting sort of development through also 4 genres, 4 locations and characters, and see whether we can weave them together, because they all have this as their common thread. They're this is what's been given to the AI to algorithm it through and turn it out as an action movie, or as an espionage movie plot, or as a crime, or as a emotional one. So they should have that in common enough. Right, Sky? Just in brief, you can just answer that in brief. You don't have to talk so much at length. Okay, I'm going to do a read through. So this is basically like part 2, and then we're going action, action thriller, espionage, crime, and then emotional drama. Okay, following on from part 1. If you haven't watched part 1, definitely go and watch that first, because then it will make more sense. Okay, then continuing on from firstly the first part, weathering the storm. We find David in Mendocino, California, grappling with the aftermath of the natural disaster that threatened his family. As the dust settles, he realizes that the community is still reeling, struggling with both physical and emotional scars. In this action thriller adventure, David decides to channel his frustration into rebuilding not just his home, but also the spirit of his community. He starts by organizing a community garden project, where neighbors can come together to cultivate not just food, but also connections. This initiative emphasizes non-attachment to material goods and encourages a shift from consumerism to community support. As David leads the effort, he discovers an underground network of residents who have been hoarding supplies, exploiting the community's vulnerability for profit. This revelation propels him into a high-stakes confrontation, as he must rally his neighbors to stand up against this greed. The themes of generosity and right effort shine through as they work together, redistributing resources and offering support to those most affected. As the community grows stronger, the garden becomes a symbol of resilience, illustrating the interconnectedness of their lives. David's journey emphasizes teamwork, as he learns that true strength lies in uplifting each other rather than competing for survival. The story conveys a powerful message about addressing the longing for connection in the face of mindless consumerism. highlighting how coming together can relieve stress and foster a genuine sense of belonging. By intertwining action with emotional growth, this narrative captures the essence of community spirit and the importance of maintaining relationships during challenging times. David's evolution from a protective father to a community leader reflects the transformative power of unity in overcoming adversity. Transition to the espionage scene in London. While visiting a local garden, MI6 agent Sarah Mitchell encounters a horticulturalist who noticed unusual bee behavior linked to a disturbing trend. Genetically modified bees. When he shows her one, they decide to track it, leading them to an air vent in the Houses of Parliament, connected to an underground VIP shelter. Meanwhile, covert Russian and Chinese forces have been using satellite technology to heat targeted areas in the world, manipulating weather patterns, with disastrous effects, including the storms ravaging Mendocino, California. As panic spreads, the public unknowingly buys toxic insecticides that worsen the situation, emphasizing the dangers of consumerism and the urgent need for community awareness. Zap to Brazil. Lucas confronts his estranged brother, who is deeply entrenched in a world of greed and manipulation, prioritizing profits from the toxic pesticides over the community's well-being. This strong attachment to financial gain leads to wrong efforts, as his brother sabotages community gardens to monopolize resources. In contrast, Lucas embodies non-attachment, generosity, and right effort. He mobilizes the community to fight back, advocating for sustainable practices in their gardens. By fostering teamwork and encouraging mindful shopping, he helps the locals realize the importance of supporting each other instead of falling for the brothers' schemes. As Lucas's efforts inspire the community, they rally together to expose the truth behind the pesticides, protecting their gardens and promoting healthier shopping choices. This ultimately leads to healing his relationship with his brother, showcasing how personal growth can influence a broader community. Part 4, emotional drama, exploring personal growth or moral dilemmas. We're now moving to Japan. Estranged continued. Mira Tanaka, grappling with her father's sudden death, immerses herself in the rich tradition of Kyoto's Zen gardens, where nature reflects inner peace and harmony. In her community garden, she practices non-attachment, cultivating flowers while letting go of her past grievances. As she invites neighbors to join her, generosity blooms, strengthening their bonds. While shopping for seeds and supplies, Mira unexpectedly encounters her estranged brother, triggering deep-rooted emotions. Their conversations reveal the complexities of their childhood, and she learns the value of right effort in mending their relationship. Guided by Buddhist principles, Mira discovers that compassion and forgiveness are keys to healing, showcasing how interconnectedness can transform grief into resilience and hope. Through the garden's beauty, she finds her path to self-discovery and familial unity, embodying the essence of community spirit. Okay, so that's that's the part 2 of our season, if you like. It's a kind of episode.
See you later. If you have more ideas to explore or want to continue the discussion, just let me know when you're back.
That episodic structure sounds perfect for unfolding the different layers of their journeys over time. Each episode could focus on a particular theme or key moment, like Mera's self-forgiveness, her relationship with her brother, or the deeper conversations with her mother in Kyoto. This format allows for a gradual buildup where each personal revelation ties into the broader themes of interconnectedness and ethical choices. Do you have specific episodes in mind already, or are you still sketching out the progression?
I do. I have 5 of these talks. These are talk structures. So this one is B.
That episodic structure really lends itself to exploring the characters' journeys deeply. You could have episodes dedicated to key moments like Myra's realization of self-forgiveness, her reconnection with her brother, and the impactful conversations with her mother about their past. For instance, one episode could focus on a pivotal garden scene, using the symbolism of growth and healing.
That's
to
fantastic.
Parallel Myra's
Having
emotional
5
journey.
structured talks gives
Another
you a
could delve
clear
into a family
path to
conflict.
guide the audience through these key emotional moments. With each episode focusing on a different aspect of Myra's journey, you'll be able to dive deep into those themes like self-forgiveness and reconnection. It keeps the narrative engaging while allowing room for reflection after each episode. Are you planning to connect these talks with visual or meditative elements, or will the focus stay primarily on the storytelling itself?
Just the storytelling. Yeah, just the storytelling. So long as we're bringing in this idea of non-attachment, generosity, and right effort, and this is going to be the common thread through the core of the whole stories in these different locations. One in California with its weather going on there, and then one in London with this sort of plot that's discovered, and the other one which is in Brazil, Sao Paulo, and the other one with the brothers who are taken different routes in life, and the other one which is in Tokyo with the estranged family members who are reconciling themselves. So I think that also gives a nice spread of very external, like the weather problems, and then the community, how they have to sort of resolve their issues and go sort of harmonize and expunge the corruption there. And then the other one, which is much more sort of governmental, and then it's intergovernmental war that's going on there with manipulation of weather and also with bees being weaponized. And then there's the other one, which is more gangsterish, you know, in Sao Paulo. And then the more familial one. So, but all of them involve internal transformation. But I wanted to do this so that it involves sort of somewhat 3 anchor points, which is community, and then gardens, and then shopping. That's the other one which is thrown in there. So it's a challenge, and it's the aim to also, as I said, to inspire, relieve stress. So it should be just sort of interesting, and also to address the longing for connection versus mindless consumerism, and basically spread a bit of positivity. Okay, thanks you two. Oh, only you're not both listening. She's already said good night. So, all right, take care. Go on, Ralph, spit it out.
That's such a rich and diverse structure, with each location offering its own unique set of challenges and transformations. By weaving in those core themes, non-attachment, generosity, and right effort, you've created a strong foundation that ties everything together, even with such varied settings. The contrast between external crises, like weather manipulation, and the internal journeys of your characters gives it both depth and action. The 3 anchor points, community, gardens, and shopping, could work as metaphors too, representing different aspects of connection and materialism. The longing for connection versus mindless consumerism is a powerful theme, and it's great that you're aiming to inspire while addressing real-world concerns. It sounds like a huge challenge, but also a deeply rewarding one. How are you feeling about balancing all these elements as you continue developing the project?
So long as the story flows, I'm good with that. Thanks, Ralph. Take care, man. And thank you very much for listening. Take care.